Welcome to this joyous occasion. זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו. This is the day God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Today, Rosh Chodesh Elul, the first of the Jewish month of Elul, we are celebrating the bat mitzvah of 12 incredible women who have chosen to go on this journey of study, exploration, and commitment. When we started planning this journey way back then in December, it did not occur to us that our world, as we know it, will be turned upside down with this pandemic. The Talmud tells us that there was once a tremendous storm in the sea, and everyone thought there's no chance of survival. And yet, Rabbi Akiva emerged from it without getting hurt. When he was asked how he survived, he answered that he held onto a plank and basically, instead of fighting the waves, he adjusted his grip, bending his head when needed, and rode the waves. Here at the Satter House, right on the beach, we know how to ride the waves. And so, we changed our learning from in-person classes to classes over the phone, and here we are, ready to celebrate this exciting milestone in a socially distant manner. We will open with Ma Tovu, the words taken from the book of Numbers. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel. Today, like back then in the desert, we are all in our own tents, yet we can feel and appreciate our connection to the whole community. Ma tovu oharecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Israel. Ma tovu oharecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Israel. I now invite our 12 Bnot Mitzvah to wrap themselves with their talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu lehitatif b'tzitzit.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvah, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes.
Before we recite the Shema, I invite us all to take a deep breath. Think about this day, this time, this journey, this accomplishment, the waves we have ridden, the waves we still have to ride. One more deep breath.
You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
As part of our learning, we studied Pirkei Avot, a tractate in the Mishnah which focuses on the ethics of our ancestors. It opens with a description of Moses receiving the Torah at Sinai, passing it to Joshua, who passed it to the elders, and the elders to the prophets, and the prophets to the men of the great assembly. 3 core teachings are passed down: be cautious in judgment, raise many learners, and make a safe defense around the Torah. We also studied a modern version of this teaching, written by Rabbi Rinat Tzfanya, who adds, Miriam received the Torah from Sinai. She passed it to the daughters of Zelophehad, who passed it to Deborah, and Deborah to Ruth, and Ruth passes it to Bruriah. The 3 core teachings that they passed down are make your voices heard, raise many women learners, and be creative with the Torah. Today, we are passing the Torah, remembering and honoring our mothers and grandmothers who did not have the opportunity to have their own bat mitzvah, and at the same time, passing on our learning and our own teachings to the next generation to come. The portion we are reading today is a traditional reading for Rosh Chodesh, read on the first of every Jewish month, from the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verses 1 through 15. For the first Aliyah, I invite Judy and Barbara. Ta'aleh Zelda Golda, Bat Moshe ve'Esther, בת ירוחל, בת רבקה ואלכסנדר, עלייה ראשונה. ברוך אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר ברא מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe le'amor. Save b'nei Israel va'amata le'ahim. E kovani lachmi le'isha ra'ach nikochi Tishmeru leha karib I bamo ado. What? V'yamata lahim zeh ha'ishi asher tikrivu la'adonai kivasem b'nei hana timimim shnabim la'yom Ola Tamid. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah mechayei olam atah mitochanu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah. Birkat HaGomel, sometimes known as Benchen Gomel, is commonly said after recovering from serious illness, but can also be recited in gratitude for completing a dangerous journey. Judy and Barbara, who have both recovered from the coronavirus, will recite this blessing on behalf of everyone who has recovered from the virus and for our community who is still standing strong after the turbulent time we have been through.
Blessed are you, our Lord, ruler of the world, who rewards the undeserving with goodness, and who has rewarded me with goodness.
May the one who rewards you with all goodness reward you with all goodness forever.
If not now, when? That teaching has been implanted in my memory since I heard it while studying the Mishnah with Rabbi Lior. So I say, now is the time in my golden years that I have been given the chance to be bat mitzvah, for which unfortunately I never had the opportunity to perform in my youth. Personally, for me, both the teachings about Judaism and now today being bar mitzvah has fulfilled an empty spot in my heart, of which I was unaware of that I have carried for all these years. To me, my bar mitzvah should mean growing up. If I were 13 years old, but now it means that this is the beginning of my life as a fully participating Jewish adult and affirming my commitment to Judaism. I wish to say to you, Rabbi Lior, thank you for giving me, in the bar mitzvah group of the Jack Sada House, the good fortune to learn and become bar mitzvah today, especially through all the difficult times our country and the world is enduring.
The past few months have been difficult for all of us. The COVID-19 virus has affected us in more ways than we possibly could imagine, and the shame is that we have no idea how long this will last. We started our bat mitzvah studies before COVID, and when the rabbi contacted us after we were in quarantine, asking if we were interested in pursuing our studies, I said yes, but I honestly didn't know how we were going to do it. Rabbi Lior knew we could do it, and she provided us with all the materials we needed, sent to our apartment on a weekly basis. And she encouraged us, and she kept us going so that we came to this date. I want to thank her very much for all her hard work, for her persistence, her quietly pushing us, and for encouraging us. And I also want to thank my daughter Anita and my brother Barry Dawson for their support and encouragement. I couldn't have done this without them.
For the second Aliyah, I invite Marlene and Didi. תעלה מלכה בת גרשון ויהודית, ודבורה מלכה בת נחום לייזר וזלדה עידית, עלייה שנייה.
ברוך אדוני המבורך,
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך בעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך השלום, אשר בחרנו מכל עמים ונתן לנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. ואמרת להם שיחה שיעה אשר תקריבו לאדוני כבשים בני שנה תמימים שניים ליום עולה תמיד. איך הכבש אחד תעשה בבוקר ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הרבים בעשירית חייפה סולי למנחה בלולה בסימן רביעית חכם. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורה אמת ותוכנו עולם אתה בית שוננו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. Thanks to Rabbi Lior, not just for her devotion to us as a teacher, but as a dear friend. A bat mitzvah today, rather than as a teenager, perhaps means or is understood more. Studying during this trying time has given our class, our friends, a great strength and a sense of community. I wish, as do we all, that our friends, family, children, grandchildren, sisters, and brothers could be with us physically. We know that they pray with us for continued good health for all of us. A special prayer with love to my late husband, Harold, blessed memory, and our parents that would be so proud today. Amen. My family might wonder why I'm doing this. Why I'm doing this bat mitzvah, even though I had no Hebrew school training. I want to show you that I am still growing as a person, and I love you all.
For the third Aliyah, I invite Roxanne, Shirley, and Adele. Ta'ale Rachel bat Sarah ואברהם, ושרה בת טובה ושמואל, וחנה חיה בת פרדל וינקל, עלייה השלישית.
Baruch Adonai HaMorah, Baruch Adonai HaMorah, Baruch Adonai
Olad HaTamid HaAsuya Beha Sinai Le'Reach Nikolach Isha Vadanoi V'Nizkol Revere Hahim Lakeves Hahad Bakodesh Hasech Nisek Shekar Vadanoi
Ve'et HaKeves HaSheni Ta'aseh Ben Ha'arba'im Keminchat Haboker U'kenizkol Ta'aseh Asher Reach Nichoach La Adonai
Yuvayom HaShabbat Shnei Havosim B'nei Shanata Timamim Yushanei Esronim Solei Mercha Balula Vashamim Vinesko Olat Shabbat Shabbato Al Olat Hatamid Vineska
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah v'chayil otam v'natah b'tokeinu Baruch atah Adonai
Notain HaTorah. My journey started months ago, and despite the virus ending our classroom meetings, we were able to continue by telephone classes thanks to the efforts of Rabbi Lior. My sincere thanks to Rabbi Lior for all her hard work in preparing me for this special, beautiful day. I want to thank my family and my friends who gave me confidence that I could do this. And I am grateful for this experience. And this is a wonderful day for me. I feel like I have just put a closure on my Jewish heritage. So thank you very much.
When I was young, when I was a little girl, I wanted to go to Hebrew school because my brother did. And I was told that little girls do not go to Hebrew school. They grow up and they meet a nice boy and they get married. And that's what I did. And for so many years, it was always in the back of my mind, I would love to learn how to read Hebrew, and I would love to be bat mitzvah. And the years went by. And then finally, I found myself here at the Jack Satter House with the time and the wonderful rabbis that we've had here through Congregation 420. And finally, Rabbi Lior took my wish and thought about it and decided to do something about it. And she got a group of women together
to meet with her, and I was one of them, and that was the reason that we met, because we wanted to see if there were other women that felt like me, and there were 11 other women, and so we decided we were going to study for a bat mitzvah, which we did. And it took a long time, because during the time that we were studying, COVID-19 hit, and we had a difficult time meeting and getting together. But finally, here we are. And we are proud, and we are happy, and especially for me, it was a dream I've always had. And at the age of 91, thanks to God, I lived to be bat mitzvah.
Today, I am dedicating my bat mitzvah to Dorothy W. Cantor. W lived just down the hall from me, right here at the Jack Satter house. W took me under her wing and even called me her third daughter. W and I shared stories, opinions, and jokes. She knew I had a personal issue about returning to my faith. I hadn't been to services in many, many years. She never nagged or scolded me for not going. She finally convinced me that I should be there. So return I did. And now I am being bat mitzvah. Dubby, I love you, and I enjoyed so much of our time together. Bubby, Dubby, hopefully the COVID will be over soon, so Deja and I can go and visit you. Loving you always, Adele.
For the fourth and final Aliyah, I invite Paula, Audrey, Marion, Helene, and Rose. Ta'ale Pesach Tema, Ve'odel bat Rav Mendel ve'Beila, Ve'Miriam bat Chana ve'Shmuel, Ve'Henya bat Selma ve'Gram, Ve'Rachel bat Naftali, Aliyah Revi'it.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam
Uvrashay kosh shalkem tafrubu ola ladanai parim b'nei rakah shanem v'yal echad kavasim b'nei shana shiva temim mim.
Ushavavsha esronim stolet mincha b'leila v'ashemen lapa le'echad. Ushonei esronim stolet mincha b'lula v'ashemen la'yil ha'echad.
Verishan Israwan Solet Mikha Bilula Vashemet La Ikes Laha Ula Dia Nachor Israel La Adana
Venis Kehem Katsi Hahin Yaye Lapar Ushlishit Hahin La Ayer Urivit Hahin La Keves Yain Zot Olat Kodesh Bechodsho Lakodshe Hashana
Useir Azim Echad L'chatat La Adonai El Olat Hatamid Yaaseh v'niskol.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan לנו Torah אמת,
Hi, I just want to thank my family and friends who have been there for me when I needed them. And a special thanks goes to Rabbi Lior, who has taken so much time to help us get to our bat mitzvah. I just want to say thank you so much, Rabbi Lior.
My journey has taken me from childhood, from dancing Zionistic Israeli dances on Revere Beach to Kadima Hebrew School, where I attended 6 years of learning, to 1988 being bat mitzvahed, now being bat mitzvahed at the Jack Satter House. I am proud and gratifying for my Jewish background. Being taught with Hebrew knowledge and Jewishness throughout my life by my parents, Mr. Grosser, my teacher, Rabbi Sandy, my other teacher, and Cantor Susan, and now my dear Rabbi Lior. I am ever so grateful and proud to be Jewish. I am filled with gratitude to have had Jewish parents who instilled upon me to have the knowledge. In memory of them, Max and Bella Simons, I commemorate this wonderful day in dedication to them. I am proud to say my children were also bar mitzvahed and bat mitzvahed, my grandchildren also. I dedicate this day to all of them with pride and graciousness. And I thank Rabbi Lior for teaching me even more with her wonderful knowledge and loving kindness.
As I was standing here and a melody came to my mind, our time will come. And we've all waited all these years for something like this, something so as wonderful as a bat mitzvah. And here we are, and this beautiful moment and blessing upon us that we can enjoy the going through the bat mitzvah ritual.
I remember as a child of 5 or 6 years of age, it was either Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, and the rabbi was blowing the shofar, and I could not see. My grandparents stood me on the armrest, and I can't explain the feeling I had at that age. I am grateful for my Jewish learning classes at the Satter House through Rabbi Sandy, the late Chaplain Susan, and Rabbi Lior.
I was born in the south end of Boston at a very young age. I moved to Dorchester. I lived near a house with a sign out the door that said, Hebrew Home for the Aged. Look where it is now. During those years, teenage girls did not have the opportunity to become a bat mitzvah. I got married and moved to the town of Winthrop, where my husband was from. And prior to World War II, after the war, I raised my family and lived there for 56 years. I am now living at the Jack Satter House for the past 22 happy years. I have been an active volunteer, vice president of the Tenants Association, and chairperson of various social activities. I am blessed to be a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and I will have a new great-grandchild due to be born in September. I am proud and honored to be a part of this bat mitzvah celebration with the guidance, patience, and kindness of our wonderful and dedicated Rabbi Lior.
Mi sheberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless Judy, Barbara, Marlene, Dee, Roxanne, Shirley, Adele, Paula, Audrey, Marion, Helene, and Rose, for raising up their voice in song like Miriam, asserting their claim for equality like the daughters of Zelophehad, taking on a leadership role like Deborah the prophetess, showing loyalty and devotion like Ruth, and valuing the beauty in studying Torah like Bruria. May they be blessed with good health, peace, and many more reasons and opportunities for celebrations. And together we say, Amen. At this point in the service, we will say the prayer for healing. I invite you to hold close to your hearts the names of people who are you're praying for their healing. We're in a time now where our whole world is in need of healing, and especially our city of Revere. I invite you to join me. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. I'd now like to invite Lou Wolf, President and CEO of Hebrew Senior Life, to give us his blessing.
Greetings to all. My name is Lou Wolf. I'm the President and CEO of Hebrew Senior Life, and I would like to offer my deepest congratulations and really admiration and awe for the 12 bat mitzvah students of the Jack Satter House. This is truly an extraordinary accomplishment, learning Hebrew, reciting the Shema, and more. It's really amazing that you're doing this, and again, I want to offer you my sincerest congratulations. A job really, really well done. Terrific.
It is our tradition to never end a service without mentioning and remembering our loved ones who are no longer with us. And today, especially, we remember our mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers who, in their name, we are standing here today as well. I invite you to hold closely to your hearts all the people you are missing and remembering today as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Please join me. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי תקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלם הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו Amen. I now invite our Bat Mitzvah class to sing Oseh Shalom.
Shalom b'morav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, v'ol kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.